in our fingertips themselves, there's a diverse number of receptors. You know, Meissner's corpuscles, Pacinian corpuscles, Ruffini's corpuscles, the free nerve endings. There's
Right.
there's a variety of these receptors, and
Not only is the variety, there's a variety, but there's also a difference in density. For example, even within our hand,
Mhm,
within the palm, there's about close to 60, I think 58 to 60 units per centimeter squared of receptors
mhm,
versus our fingers, which is over 200, I think close to 250 units per
mhm,
centimeter squared. So it's
mhm,
like there's 5 times more receptors in our fingers than there are in our palm, even,
mhm,
right? So that tells us something about what these parts of our body can do, some of the
mhm.
characteristics of these parts of our body.
And I think that's important to realize because oftentimes with manual therapy, people will focus their view of the literature in a very narrow fashion towards, what is it done specifically for manual therapists or in terms of palpation, in terms of therapy, what does the technique do itself? But if you kind of take a bird's eye view of like we're talking about of this concept of touch, there's a lot of research to indicate that systematic training of haptic touch, which is how we perceive touch in our body as the palpating practitioner. Um, there's many lines of evidence demonstrating that we can improve upon our ability. And clearly, the machinery is there, as you just pointed out, whereby the body is efficient, if anything. And when you see a utilization of resources such that you are going to create that much density of receptors in specific areas of the body, there's always an associated evolutionary reason as to why they're there. So even if you go from first principle science, if I'm understanding what you're saying, the mere fact that there's so much density, there's so much neurological attention paid to it, both from a peripheral standpoint as well as real estate in the somatosensory cortex. This tells us that the perception of touch is an extraordinarily important part of our sensory umwelt as a species, our sensory um, environment and the things that we can perceive and take good information that will help us. Touch is a huge, huge portion of that, which is a trainable quality.